What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, indeed, today is the day that Xdefiant is finally going ahead and launching. I know this community has been through a whole lot of crap when it comes to this game. We have waited so freaking long to get our hands on this title. We've lost a ton of support. A lot of people lost hope and faith within this game, and at the same time, we've gained a lot of new supporters, new people figuring out about Xdefiant and hearing this, this name of this game, maybe going around on their socials or family or friends, maybe told them about it, and they're coming in fresh. We have gone through a lot of crap, cycled through a lot of people. A lot of people thought this game was never going to launch, and here we are. Here we are, a year plus later. And we are getting our hands on Xdefiant. Now, again, you guys know on this channel, I record all my videos the day before. So basically, when this video is going live, the game is going live. So in today's video, I want to discuss with you guys basically what I expect out of the launch of Xdefiant, what I want to see, and also, things I think that might go a little bit wrong. And I guess we'll see when the game launches, and, we'll see if any of these things, are alive. But again, I just want to discuss what I hope the developers do for such a huge launch that's about to happen. But of course, if you guys want to see me actually play this game, by all means, tune in my stream today, guys. I'm going to be over on Twitch, probably around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm actually not sure when Xdefiant is officially launching. This video right here is going live at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. So again, I'll be live around 12 to 1. And if it's not live by then, we'll just, chill out and chat it up or something like that until it does go live. So by all means, if you guys want to tune in, see my first initial impressions of this game, I have a link to my Twitch channel down below. And, of course, subscribe and hit that bell, guys. We're going to be posting a ton about Xdefiant, a lot of different topics to discuss, and we do post about Call of Duty on this channel as well. So, of course, if you guys are interested and you also want to go ahead and help us grind up to 46,000 subscribers, I think we're like 10 away right now, which is absolutely insane. So all the support means the world to me. By all means, subscribe and hit that bell. You'll stay notified for all the content that drops here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'll be real with you guys. I feel like there is a reason for why they are going ahead and dropping Xdefiant on, a Tuesday, basically in the beginning of the week. Typically when a game drops, they want it right around a hot time, whether it's a holiday and they know people are, off from work, off from school, or near the weekend, maybe drop it on a Thursday, going into the weekend, at the end of the week, so people can hear about it, anticipate it, and then grind it out through the weekend. I personally feel like they put it out on a Tuesday so they can have a little bit of time here to get this game launched in a good enough state. I'll be real, as much as I'm going to enjoy the heck out of Xdefiant, I feel like the servers are about to be stressed and tested like no tomorrow. And I know we had a stress test for the servers, but if we're going to be realistic, I don't think, a crazy amount of players really hopped into that test, People were either expecting an open beta, a play test, or something of that sort, but no, it was a server stress test that barely that many people even knew about in the first place, unless you really follow and track Xdefiant. So, with that being said, I feel like when they open up the floodgates and everybody comes pouring in, because this is not going to be a small title, right, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this is Xdefiant. A lot of people have been anticipating this game for ages here. Even the people who talk crap about Xdefiant, I guarantee you they are going to go ahead and download this game. Whether they like it or not, everybody is probably going to download it and give it a play. Like I said, the haters will play it for a couple of matches and then leave and say it's bad, or, the people who really enjoy the game are going to try to grind through the servers. Regardless, they're going to be packed, absolutely packed with players, which is going to be, I feel like, a bit unstable. Now, I don't think it's going to be as bad as the server stress. I think it's going, I feel like shots are going to register. The netcode should be fine. But when it comes down to people trying to hop on the game, maybe getting booted out of the servers and stuff like that, maybe having trouble getting everybody into the same day, I feel like it's going to be some inconveniences along the way to getting this game to officially launch, which again is why I feel like they are going to go ahead and drop this game on a Tuesday here, because it's in the beginning of the week. People have lives, they have work, they have class, The majority of people who will be able to play it after their busy schedules will be at the end of the day, and even at the end of the day, they have to prep for the next day of work, so they might not even be able to play that long. They'll maybe hop on for maybe a few matches, and then probably get some rest, and possibly hit it up the next day. It's not like the weekend where, again, people are coming off from work. They're a little bit more lenient with staying up a bit later, a little bit more lenient with how they spend their hours in the day. They don't feel as guilty maybe playing the game after a long, it's like, oh, it's my day off. I got to kick back and actually enjoy what I want to do. During the weekend, those servers are going to be, they're going to be hot. But I think this is a smart play here because, again, like I said, I definitely do expect these servers to be stressed. But since they're launching it so early in the week, I feel like it's not going to be that much of a abundance of players tuning into the experience, which will give the developers time, which also, guys, keep in mind, they just got a nice fresh flow of new developers coming to work on Xdefiant. So there's going to be a decent amount of people here ready for this game to drop, which is phenomenal, really good news. I feel like it's going to be able to give them the time that they need to perfect everything before the weekend comes around. And also, these developers have lives as well, so it's probably better that's during the week, the work week, when they're ready to work, ready to fix up whatever needs to be fixed. You get what I'm saying here? I do think that this is a good play, but again, that's why I think they intentionally dropped it on a Tuesday because, it just gives them that time to go ahead and put forth this game and get it in a good spot. But this is what I expect to see out of this game because I'll be honest, there's not really much to expect out of this title because we pretty much played the whole game a lot, over the course of this year, plus through all the betas. We're pretty much going to have the similar maps and similar weapons. I don't think the prestige system is unlocking right out the gate. I feel like we have to go through the preseason first, and then once season 1 drops, then we're going to actually be able to, dive deep in. I think for the preseason, we're just going to be focusing on working up our weapons, getting the weapon ranks up, getting, attachments, so on and so forth, getting a feel for Xdefiant. So what I really want to see out of this development team is a lot of transparency with their community. That's realistically all I want to see. Because again, I expect this game to have some bumps at launch, and I expect the community to be outraged. And I expect people to be giving this game so much crap right now because for some reason people are just putting it so high on a pedestal to knock out COD. Which again, I say it in all my videos. Yes, I guarantee there's going to be so many videos on YouTube that are going to say that this is the new COD killer. And you have to understand that the majority of those content creators don't really believe that. It's for YouTube. It's for the algorithm. If you enjoy making YouTube videos, you want your channel to grow. You want your channel to have a bigger community. You want to add more people into the group, It makes it more fun, more comments, more people interacting, more discussions, more entertainment. That's the fun of building a channel. So yes, people are going to title their videos the way they title them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we have to understand that this isn't going to knock COD out. And people have a really bad mindset right now that is the only way this game is going to succeed. If it doesn't destroy COD right out the gate, it's going to be an absolute flop, a failure. But that's not the case. This is a game that is going to be here for a decent amount of time. And I'm talking about it's going to be worked on for years. And I'm not talking about the fundamentals, making sure it works properly. No, I'm just saying, between community feedback, things we might want to see change, just like Rainbow Six Siege, this is going to be probably pretty similar to how they, basically support the game. Except in my personal opinion, I feel like it's going to be supported better because Mark Rubin has been knocking it out of the park when it comes to community feedback. But again, that's what I want to see. Transparency. We know the game is going to be gunked. We know the game might be a bit rough to get into. I think it's going to be playable, and I feel like I said, the hit detection will probably be smooth. The netcode is going to be fine, so on and so forth. My biggest concern is just basically how many people are going to be trying to hop into the experience. I just want the developers to be open and let us know what's happening. Do not keep people in the dark. And they said this in their dev debrief. They said that they were going to, be transparent, and that's the best way of handling things. And, they want to always let us know what's going on, why things are being changed, why they can't do certain things. They're going to keep us in the loop. And that has to be how it is right out the gate. You cannot disappear. You can't. You just simply cannot disappear, especially during such a hot time. This is the time to make sure that you are present, and that presence has to stay. It can't leave. And I know that that's probably going to be the hardest part, but that's just the gig nowadays, especially when it comes to the new era of live service gaming, where games go through these live service phases. You have to be open and honest and constantly there with your community. You almost have to be like kind of like a content creator. You know, it's really weird because you didn't have to do that back in the day as a developer. You know what I'm saying? If you're a passionate dev, yeah, you might interact a little bit in some ways. But, you know, back in the real OG days, you know, social media wasn't that big. Nobody was really interacting. The developers were pretty much in their own group of people building these games out of pure passion. Nowadays, it's a different vibe. You have communities interacting. You have voices being, you know, pushed out there and they want to be heard. And that is crucial. That is so crucial for the success of this game. And that is probably the number one thing that I want to see at the launch of this title is straight up transparency and tons and tons and tons of communication. If something goes wrong and the servers are crapped, you have to be open, tell us that they're crapped, and tell us why they're crapped. If the party system is getting bugged up, you have to tell us why it's, you know, what's going on here. Keep people in the loop, and this game will be continuously supported. And also, before I end this video, I have to state this, because I know people out there are going to get salty about this, and they're going to get angry. But expect sweat, okay? Definitely in the beginning. Definitely in the beginning. You best believe every sweaty player is going to be grinding out this game, so expect tons of sweaty players playing. And honestly, expect it moving forward as well. You might find a few casual games here and there, but I really do believe that the mass majority of players nowadays are just seriously competitive. I mean, even when this beta had over 1 million players actively playing it, it was hyper competitive. And let's be real here, when the game launches, do you guys really think that this game is going to consistently get over 1 million players all the time? If this game with 1 million plus players was that sweaty, I feel like it's still going to be pretty sweaty with less players actively playing it. Maybe it'll, you know, boil down a bit more to some casuals, but I have to be honest, in my opinion, I feel like more casual players will eventually hop back on COD, because COD, it really protects more, you know, super casual players, okay? Compared to a game like this where it really will just throw you into the mix and you get what you get. And trust me, you know, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to play, and those are just the matches you get. I feel like the casual base is going to eventually just bounce back over to COD, and this game will consist of just nothing but, I don't want to say sweaty players, but at least players who are half decent. You know, you're not going to find too many, you know, lobbies where you might completely stomp out and go like 50-0 or something like that. It's going to be a different experience, but I think people are going to appreciate that still, because it's not going to feel as manipulated. It's not going to feel like the matchmaking is, you know, throwing you a bone and it's like forcefully making you sweat your butt off. And it's like, oh, now he's getting tired. Let's give him a nice match. And then after that nice match, it's like, okay, you know what? You had some good times. He bump stomped. Let's get him back into the rotate. You know, no, none of that. You know, every match is just going to be a genuine experience. And I think that's what people are craving now. Sweaty or not, competitive or not, they just want to feel like their matches are just out there. And, you know, if they're getting whooped up consistently, they're going to want to get better. But for a lot of people in current day COD, getting whooped up doesn't feel too good, because, again, when you do start doing good, it doesn't feel like you are really improving. It just feels like, you're being thrown a bone. The matchmaking just, I feel like that's going to be a huge factor, but when you hop in, expect people to be competitive. But other than that, guys, let's get it, man. Xdefiant's finally here. It's time to grind it out. You know, if you guys want to check it out on stream, I'm going to be playing it. I'm pumped. I'm extremely pumped. I know it's going to be a bit rough, but I do believe in this team. I believe in Mark Rubin, and I really do believe that he's going to give good communication. He's going to stay up to date with the community, and hopefully we can finally get ourselves a really solid overall arcade-styled game. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. It posts daily at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, like I said, if you guys want to catch my stream, I'm going to be live over on Twitch between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys can find that link down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.